Hello and welcome to the Tower Coffee Hour. This is your host, Preston or Tyree. Yesterday I had a chance to get over to the Cargo Bike Festival that is held every year by Bike Texas at their location at 900 Springdale. They had 5 or 6 different bike dealers there. The Marsh dealer was there and somebody with zero alcohol beer. So let's go talk to them and see what they had to say.
Okay, so here's Athletic Brewing Company out here at the Cargo Bike Festival, and this is
Hi, I'm Annie.
Annie, and Annie, where is Athletic Brewing located?
They started out in Connecticut, and now they have breweries in Connecticut and California, and they ship actually worldwide now. So all over the U.S., Canada, Great Britain, and I think they've gone into a few other European markets now too.
I walked up and said, "Are you going to card me?" And you said, "I don't need to," because why?
I think I just have like a good instinct on people that are allowed to drink and people that shouldn't be.
No, but this is non-alcoholic, right?
It is non-alcoholic, but we still don't really market to under 21.
Okay,
and
great. Thank you.
Yeah, we also don't suggest driving with it, even though it's non-alcoholic. There's still like some parameters that you should follow, regardless of the alcohol content.
Okay, so you've got 3 versions here today. Tell me about the 3 versions.
So Athletic Light is kind of the lightest lager, kind of like a really nice bready, crisp beer. Think of it as like your game day beer, your pool beer, something that you could drink a lot of. The Upside Down is our golden blonde ale, super crisp, super light, just a really refreshing style. And then the Run Wild was kind of the first beer that Athletic really made. It's a traditional IPA, really nice bright hops, not too bitter, but you really get that flavor that you think of when you think about IPA.
Okay, so I tried one that you don't have any more showing now. Yeah, I asked for the darkest one.
The darkest, yeah, so I gave you the hazy. So that one's called our Free Wave. That's our hazy IPA. So it's still super hoppy, but it's definitely a little bit more bitter.
Why are you doing this besides getting paid?
Well, I'm actually not getting paid. I do this for volunteer. I'm an ambassador with Athletic.
Do you work with Athletic?
Yeah, so I'm not contracted with them, but I'm a volunteer ambassador. I've been with the company for 3 years now this summer. I just think, to me, it's really important to have a non-alcoholic option at parties, with friends, for dinner. For me, it's a healthier way to live, and I'm really happy to have it.
Now, that vision of, let's make it available. Let's get it out there, let people make a choice.
Yeah, I think just, with mental health struggles and addiction struggles, it's just, it makes it a lot more okay to have whatever you want to have. So I like that part too. Yeah. People are way more interested in trying it these days than asking why no alcohol.
Okay.
So that's been kind of like, since I've been doing events like this, the questions have shifted from, well, what's the point, to, oh, what is this one?
Okay.
So that's been really nice.
Well, and Austin seems to be moving in that direction. We have a lot of zero places.
And I won't say anything about the breweries that I've had. Like, I love all the different styles that I've had. Like, I know Carbach makes a really good one. I think they're local. So there's a lot of brewers out there doing really good things for the non-alcoholic scene.
But, when I asked that question, I wasn't expecting that answer. No, I do this because I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I do really enjoy it. I think it's like, I'm the kind of person where if I didn't really like something, I don't really see the point in telling you about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And like if there was something that I really...
There's not enough money to have you sell something you don't like.
I truly just get a discount on products for sharing it. Like that's, so I just enjoy, and I'm also a former teacher, so I also love teaching people about things.
What age did you teach?
I taught high school for 4 years.
Okay, which is an interesting discussion around this product.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't have brought it up to the kids, but so I just love educating.
Anything else about Athletic? What's special about them?
Well, I think the company is super inclusive. They have a lot of diverse workers and a lot of different beers. Every February they do a soul sour. So all of the profits from that sour go to help promoting Black and African American breweries and brewing projects. In, I think it was March, Women's History Month. I'm a woman, I should know this, but they have one called Trailblazer, and that one goes to female-founded breweries, so all the profits from that goes there. So they do a lot of different community projects. Because it's non-alcoholic, you can buy it online. So like that Soul Sour, the Trailblazer, there's a lot of different porters, stouts. There's tons of stuff that they're working on online.
Yeah. Sounds like my kind of place. So you just started talking my line when you said, here's a company that works with diverse groups and supports people that need the support.
Yes.
So thanks, Annie.
Yeah, thanks so much for talking to me. Appreciate it.
I'm here representing Bosch, our e-bike systems. You may be familiar with Bosch already from a number of other consumer products, dishwashers.
How about e-bikes?
Power tools, yep. So we actually entered e-bikes and creating e-bike systems 10 years ago, or actually 15 years ago in Germany, and then we came to the US 10 years ago. But we work with over 70 different e-bikes, or bike brands, that we provide e-bike systems for.
So I see you have a couple of Reese and Mueller bikes here?
Yep, we've got some. We're here representing Reese and Mueller, Tern, also Trek. All use our e-bike system, and so we make all of the e-bike components.
So you don't sell the bikes, you sell the parts.
Right, we're a component manufacturer. So we're making the batteries, we're making the motors, we're making all the connectors and the displays. So everything, and actually also the digital, interface, so the apps and everything. Yeah.
So I've got a TerraTrike Rambler, and they would not let me put anything but a Bosch on it. If I'm going to go to electric, they say only Bosch. That's it. You lose your warranty and everything. So I thought, okay, they believe in you.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we make a fine product, and I would urge you to try one of these bikes if you haven't already. I think one of the things we really focus on at Bosch is just creating that natural experience, so it feels like you're just riding your normal bike with superhero legs.
I had a trike shaw out of Copenhagen.
Okay.
And it was a Bosch system, and it got stolen, but it was a really fantastic system. And we gave, I like to say, we gave old people rides.
His son doesn't have to pedal, but his son can pedal and contribute if he wants to. And it's a really, really cool bike. And it's Bosch equipped.
Of course it has Bosch, yes. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Of course.
Why Trek? Why did Bicycle Sports Shop become Trek?
Trek is all about trying to get into communities. And one of the things that we've done is found businesses that had opportunities to retire.
Trek is family owned, right?
It is still privately owned by the original son.
Yeah.
The son of the original owner. Yeah, John Burke. Yeah.
John's a great guy.
Yeah.
John just is so good about advocacy. He spends as much money on advocacy he does on advertising.
Yeah. We have the most eco-friendly boxing of bikes. We use less plastic product than anybody else right now. And we've shared it into the industry, so other brands are now doing it. Like Canyon Bikes is basically using our same system, so because all they do is ship their bikes, so now they're using very similar packaging as what Trek has done. So yeah, a lot of eco-friendly stuff is what Trek wants to do. So sustainability is a big aspect.
Give me one really good reason why I should buy a Trek cargo bike, one of these two that you got here.
Yeah. You're buying from the manufacturer, right? So if there's anything that can go wrong with the bike, we will take care of it pretty much right on the spot, or have access to the components as quick as we can. It's all about customer service, so which is why Trek is going into bike shops, is the opportunity to offer the product and take care of the customer at the same time. So coming back to us and getting your bike fixed right away is probably one of the biggest key factors.
That was made it so easy. We bought our electric trike from you.
Yes.
And it's so easy just to get it back down there and say, deal with it.
Yeah. Yep. And our location is the largest location. It's actually the largest showroom floor for Trek in the world.
Wow.
We're not the biggest bike shop that's out there, but we're definitely the biggest Trek's own store. So we definitely have a crew of people who can take care of people.
So you have 2 bikes on display here
Yes.
today.
Yep. So you have here the Fetch 2. This is a bike that is designed to carry 2 kids with either a child seat or individual, just like we have here, or 1 adult.
Okay.
You can also take these off and get buckets and pannier bags. You can change it up the way you want to do it. They're both equipped with Bosch cargo motors, so the motor is not intended to be fast, but intended to have torque to get you anywhere.
Okay.
Especially in Austin, Texas, we've got a lot of hills. If you want to go up Mount Pinnell, you can do it on one of these bikes.
It's got a lot of Newton meters.
Yes, tons of Newton meters. This is the Fetch 4, so this is our big bike. We can do up to 4 kids. We have 2 seats for now. You can, in fact, put bucket seats and carry up to 2 adults. We found that 1 adult fits comfortably, though. In the back, we can still do a kid seat, pannier bags. What's unique about this bike is it is designed to make it safe with an adjustable seat post, so that way you can get your feet on the ground before you ride, especially when you have precious cargo. As well as it steers and doesn't ride unlike a bicycle. When we turn it, the front wheel actually turns at a different rate to help and make sure that the bike actually turns safely.
Okay.
It does take 30 seconds to get used to, but once you
Yeah,
get used to it,
bet.
it's pretty nice.
But it's got shocks on the front.
It does help with
Okay.
just the rider and the cushion.
Okay.
Yep. So
And
this
when-
bike can
when you
do.
got that much weight on the front, you probably ought to have shocks.
Correct. Yeah. This bike here can maximize itself at 440 total weight. So 2 adults or several kids. This one can break 550 pounds, but you definitely need to worry about who's riding and how much weight you have in the front.
So thank you for being out here.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah,
Can't miss it.
Bike Texas does a good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. They're friends.
Thank you. Drew, what are you doing out here today at Bike Texas?
So we're test riding some Globe Haul ST and LT e-cargo bikes by Specialized.
And so what does the ST and LT mean?
So ST stands for short tail. Both of those are actually out on a test ride right now.
Okay.
And then LT stands for long tail. So we got a bigger caboose on the back end there.
Okay, I can see 2 people. Can I get 3 on there?
You can fit 3. So we have the ability to put some handlebars if you do 2, or you can do 2 child seats or 3 bench seats.
Okay.
And so these carry up to 419 pounds of cargo. So about the largest cargo carrying capacity in the market,
Okay.
to my
So
knowledge.
that includes the rider.
Yeah, rider and all cargo are all passengers.
Okay.
And so these are class 3 e-bikes, which
And-
means that they do 28 miles an hour
Now-
and pedal assist.
Pedal assist, 28. Okay.
Yeah, there is an optional aftermarket throttle that you can purchase for $50, and then the throttle will do up to 20 miles an hour in assist. But the really cool thing about the bike is that it's a one-size-fits-all system. So it goes from 4'5" to 6'6".
Wow.
You can raise or lower the front end to adjust your body position preferences. So if you want to be more forward and more sporty, or more upright, kind of like your Mary Poppins, your Pee Wee Herman sort of posture, you can adjust that. We got small 20-inch wheels with large 3.5-inch tires. You can run those all the way down to 15 PSI to give you some more supple, comfortable support from vibrations and that type of thing in place of suspension. 772 watt-hour battery gets you up to a 60-mile range on the lower levels of assist. If you're cranking it up in the turbo mode all the way, it's probably going to be more in that 20 to 30 mile range.
Which is a lot.
Still a good range.
Yeah.
With a lot of power. So you got 9 speeds by microshift on here, good gearing range of resistance, and then 5 assist modes. So
Yeah.
think of those as 20% increments. Cadence sensor, torque sensor, and so you can really kind of customize and fine tune it. One of the favorite parts for me about these bikes is the whole ecosystem of the accessories. So you got a bunch of passenger and cargo carrying options that are really plug and play. So you can kind of think of it as sort of a blank canvas. You can kind of paint your desired setup based on your intended use case. We got a cool little chart in one of the magazines that come with the bike that will kind of break down which accessories would most well suit how you want to use the bike. So really fun to ride. Ridden lots of cargo bikes, as practical as many of them are.
Yeah.
They're a little squirrely occasionally and not the most confidence inspiring. So what I like most about it is that it has that short center of gravity, that low center of gravity, and the big wheels with the small tires really give it easy maneuverability to control and handle, whether loaded with cargo at higher speeds or unloaded at lower speeds or vice versa.
Got a big chain ring.
Yeah, it's got a pretty large size chain ring, but also pretty good gear range in the back. One other thing worth noting is it does feature 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes with 203 mil disc rotors.
Oh yeah,
so it's kind of like
that's a big rotor.
Downhill mountain bike territory. When you're going that fast with that much cargo or that much weight, you want to have the confidence in the stopping power to know that you can stop yourself when needed. It's also got built-in fenders, rear rack, and front and rear taillights, and of course the kickstand, the moto style kickstand.
Yeah, I love the double kickstand.
Yeah, it makes it really stable if you're loading groceries or if you're loading, kids from school. Built-in headlights and taillights. Not sure if I already mentioned that.
Give me
any trouble. Yeah.
So
then we got the STs here coming back.
Okay.
We got a passenger, and then of course with the bucket on the front.
Okay.
And those are plug and play, quick release. You just step and you roll it backwards. There you go.
There it goes.
Perfect.
Great.
What'd you think?
It was good. What's trippy is this isn't connected to the wheels, so when you turn,
Yes.
There's a little bit of a learning curve
Yeah.
at first with that because it is mounted directly onto the head tube, so it does throw you off the first time you go around the corner, but then you kind of get used to it.
But I went top speed.
It goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who needs a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So let's talk about just a stripped down LT with no accessories. What am I going to pay for it?
So the LT runs $3,500 MSRP in the United States, and then the STs they run $2,800. And both of these bikes qualify for the full Austin Energy rebate.
Yeah, so that would be
that's
$600 back.
$600 back on that. And then if you buy a whole fleet for a guided tour company, or if you're doing courier delivery work, Austin Energy also offers you a bigger fleet discount on that rebate, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, $3,500 I feel is a very competitive price point in the market.
And that's a big battery.
Yeah, it's a great range, nice assist, and the nice thing about it is even though it is a hub-driven motor, which helps keep that price point a little more attainable for most, is there is a torque sensor as well as a cadence sensor. So not only is it detecting your RPM and your cadence, it's detecting your watts, your newton meters, your kilojoules.
Checking if I'm pushing hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's going to fine-tune your responsiveness and its assist based on whatever assist mode you're in, whatever gear you're in, how hard you're pushing, and how fast you're spinning.
All right.
And here's one of our riders, Charlie over here. He visited us last year and actually recently did buy a whole fleet for a guided tour company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you'll see him riding around town.
Good.
Soon. Yeah.
Whole fleet. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Steve, why are you in Austin?
I'm in Austin here to help show off our cargo bikes at the Austin Cargo Bike Festival. We've been here for a couple years with the event. It went really well, so we decided to come back and do it again.
Now, how long has Tern been around?
Tern, we're in our 13th year now. So it goes fast.
Talk to me about Tern bikes. That looks like a long tail.
It is, yep. This one is called GSD. So we have several platforms from small to large, fit everyone. But in the cargo space, we have multiple bikes. So we have Quick Haul right there. We have GSD. This is our largest platform. So this is a 1+2, we call it. So this will take 2 children or 1 adult on the back. And then the HSD series is another 1+1. So we invented a new space really when we came out with the GSD, the compact cargo space. So there was no bike that had this capacity that was urban, apartment, elevator friendly, car friendly, because sometimes people need to take their bikes in a car. Traditional cargo bike is a massive beast. It's hard to move, it's hard to store, it's hard to park, it takes up as much space as a car sometimes. So we leveraged our knowledge of 20-inch wheels and folding bikes to optimize space with the GSD. And then what we learned there was that not everybody needs to take 2 kids. They might only want to take 1. So we employed the GSDNA, as we call it, and we came up with the HSD. It's not unlike cars where Chevrolet has the Suburban and the Tahoe. Not everybody needs a Suburban, so there you have it. So you take your kids to school right here like this. So within those platforms, we have a number of models. This is the top of the line GSD R14. So it has the Bosch Cargo motor system on it. It's dual battery compatible, so you got plenty of range. It has a really fancy 14-speed electric transmission, so it will let you shift easily whether you're moving or not, which is really handy, especially if you have kids on the back.
Talk to me about the mid-drive.
Sure.
Driving the chain ring instead of the motor.
Yeah.
What's the benefit of that?
Yeah, so there are a number of benefits. One is it's more efficient, so your range is going to be longer for sure. It also leverages the gears. So remember, bikes have gears, so if you're just using a rear hub motor, it doesn't get the leverage of gears. We wanted to make, there's a few reasons why we chose mid-drive and Bosch to partner with. One is Bosch makes the most realistic riding system. So when you ride this bike, you ride it just like a regular bike, and it feels just like a regular bike. It just feels like there's someone sort of right behind you nudging you along, which is nice. It's easy to control, it's safe, that sort of thing. It also allows you to ride it anywhere you're allowed to ride a bicycle. So this is what's called a Class 1 electric bike. It helps you to 20 miles an hour, so you're allowed anywhere that a regular bicycle is allowed. So that was important to us too. So that explains how we got to this spot. Yeah, I mean, for us, it's all about the ride. It's meant to be a bike ride. You get a surprising amount of exercise in addition to, because you're out riding. The other thing that studies show, now that electric bikes have been around, people ride a whole lot more. You think, well, I'm not working as hard. Yeah, but you're riding way more, especially if you're on a cargo bike, because you put a child or 2 or an adult, like for date night, that's really easily accomplished on an electric cargo bike. So it's real fun. So you end up using it a whole lot more. It does, yeah, up to 150 miles, but pretty conservatively 75. It all depends on the weight that you're hauling and how hilly the terrain is. Absolutely. So the batteries can be charged on the bike, or they're easily removed with a key, and you can take them inside the house to charge up. Definitely more secure. All right. Well, thank you.
So we're out here today at the Bike Texas site at 900 Springdale, and we're talking to cargo bike people, and we have an Urban Arrow and Josh Rudell. Josh, why did you get into the business of cargo bikes?
Well, I got into the business partly because our family just loved ours. So we had 2 cars, and we just found ourselves driving all the time with our daughter at that time, and it was really just kind of driving us nuts of time in the car that just really felt wasted and really felt stressful. So we found this Urban Arrow here, which this is an older one, but we found this about 6 years ago when my daughter was younger.
So you found this about 6 years ago?
Yeah. So I found this one here, and it's just been really, really wonderful. We've just had an incredible time with it. We now have 2 kids, and so it just became really the center of our family life. Okay. We would just bike around all the time. We have 1 car now, but it pretty much sits and collects dust on the weekends. We've saved about $5,000 a year in not having a second car. And it's just been incredibly fun. So I got into it. I'm a brand ambassador for Urban Arrow, and I got into it because I just loved it. And I bothered them enough, and I said, I want to do this I just want to help them sell more bikes because I see what it can do to cities. If more people have this, you have a more affordable city because you have less need for parking spaces. You have better air quality, and you just have better interaction with people on bikes than if they're all in cars. So it's just an incredibly fun bike. You have things like a rain cover, you have a shade cover
So I've got a
also,
lot of options. It's,
which is really wonderful.
okay. That just zips in.
Yeah,
You've got a hook. They put, yeah.
Yeah, so this is great. You can put 3 kids in the front here.
Oh, and
We
it's got
also
Velcro on the bottom. Okay.
have some Velcro here.
Yeah.
There's a shade cover that's really good for the
Okay.
Texas heat. So we do like a lot of that.
I will use that little video I got of you the other day where you had this bike, 2 children,
Yeah.
and 2 other bikes
Yeah.
in here. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
But that's the idea of cargo bikes, right? You do what you have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've helped people move. I picked up fertilizer. I picked up a large number of 2x4s. It really completely changes and opens up what you can do with a bike. And having one of these is great with kids. It's great with pets. We used to have our dog in here. It's just an incredibly fun way that opens up a city in a way that is just unbelievable. In Austin too, you can see everywhere. Bike lanes are getting better all the time, and so it's getting and it just feels safer all of the time.
So Josh, you've had this for 6 years. What are the problems you run into with it?
The older ones had kind of a smaller battery life. So the older ones is about a 400 watt hour, which I would say most of the issues have been fixed, right? Of like having battery life that's a lot better. So the
I'm sure the
generation,
technology has changed in
Totally.
6 years. Yeah.
Totally. So all those things that have gotten better. It's all things that you really learn how to work with. It's a little bit harder to work on, but I've just kind of found ways. I've actually had mechanics come to our house. There's lots of ways of doing it to make it work. So it's just a different bike that is a little bit more TLC than other ones, but it's really fantastic and has really changed our family's life in these really just unbelievable ways.
Great. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate your time.